doing today? Dee here, coming to you live, sort of, if you're seeing it at least real time, from Tel Aviv, Israel. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything hurts, okay? This strength challenge here that we're doing is quite intense. And that's also why today we are going to do a lot of ab work. There is gonna be a lot of balance work, okay? It's gonna be it's gonna be an ongoing flow. We're gonna work, but there is also going to be a lot of stretching, So at the end of every segment, there are going to be 4 segments. At the end of every segment, there's going to be a whole section devoted to getting our stretch on. All right? It's important though that you understand that before the stretch, there's going to be work. Okay? All right. Let's do this. We're going to lie down and we're going to start moving our knees from from side to side. Those cracks, those blessed cracks. And then we're gonna pause, opening up the toes and pressing our feet into the floor. We inhale, expand, and then we exhale, press the back into the floor. Inhale, expand. Activating the pelvic floor, pressing your lower back, the lower vertebrae down into the floor. Excuse me, we have 2 more. One more. If you're like me, even with the full exhalation, your abs hurt. If you're like me right now. Hold it right here, and then while you're pressing your back into the floor, I want you to inhale, flex the feet, and then exhale, point, and you're constantly pressing your back to the floor. Inhale, and exhale. And X. 2 more. 1 more. And then from here, we're gonna really press the feet into the floor, lift the butt up, squeeze the butt, squeeze the abs, and we flex and point. Flex and point. 2 more. 1 more. And then slowly lower it back down. Bring your hands to the base of the skull to get a nice chest stretch in. Oh my God, everything's hurting. The right leg is gonna be on top of the left, and we're gonna move the legs from side to side. And I also want you to note the opening of the chest. So the elbows are really heavy on the floor, and the legs are moving from right to left, and we're trying to really get the chest to stretch and the spine to loosen up. And then we switch. Other side, getting also the glutes to stretch, the piriformis. And now we're going to pause with both legs over to the left, okay? I want you to just anchor them down. But the chest is facing forward, and we're gonna crunch here. So it's gonna be exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the chest, inhale, lower. 8 more here. Wow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Center the chest. Exhale up. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Then from here, we're gonna bring our hands by our side. We're gonna squeeze our thighs together and lift the heels up. Press your back into the floor. Exhale, lift the knees up. Inhale, lower. Now, if you feel like your back keeps disconnecting off the floor, maybe you're feeling a little sensitivity in your back, what I want you to do is just alternate and do one leg at a time. But if possible, it's both legs for 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And now just loosen up the knees again from side to side, just once to each side. Then I want you to return to the same position, and this time I want you to do a reverse crunch. So you're gonna be lifting the tailbone and lower spine up. So it's knees up, remember your heels are off the floor, knees up, butt up, slowly lower down. Five more. 3, 2, 1 more, and then we're gonna release. Placing the right leg on top of the left, making sure that the pelvis is gonna be super steady. So the idea is to really, really keep the pelvis steady, and then the idea is to return to a steady neutral pelvis. So first we just go up, we keep the pelvis nice and steady, and we're gonna close the knee and then open. You can even do what I'm doing right now, where I'm kind of getting the external feedback from my hands and just moving the hip joint close and open. 3 more. 2, 1, and now we hold it open. And here's what I meant by returning when I said return to neutral. So we dip the pelvis to the right now, and then we drive the pelvis back into that neutral steady position. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. Two more. 1 more. And then lower your back all the way down and flex your left leg. Right now, your legs are gonna stay on the floor and steady. The hands are gonna be at the base of the skull. And we're gonna exhale, lift up towards the right knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 6 more. 5. 1 more time. And then what I want you to do now is lift the legs up and turn towards that open knee, and then really press your back into the floor as you go down. If you find this unbearable for your back, that's a problem, and I don't want you to lift your legs at all, okay? So we're gonna basically, so you would be doing another set of what we just did. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we switch. So we're gonna plant the right foot into the floor. The left leg is gonna be on top. And remember, right now, we're all about keeping the pelvis really steady. So you can use the feedback of your hands. We press the right foot into the floor, we squeeze the right butt, and then we close the knee, and then inhale, open. Close and open. 5. Working to stabilize. 3, 2, 1 more, and then from here we start that dip, okay? So we inhale, dip to the left, exhale, return to neutral. Inhale, dip, exhale, neutral. Keep going for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One more time. Squeeze the butt, return to neutral, and bring her back down. Flex the right foot. Bring your hands to the base of the skull. For now, the legs are going to stay nice and steady. Then you exhale up, inhale lower. Up. One more time. All right, guys, now let's add the legs in if it works for our back. So it's exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Keeping the lower spine pressed into the floor constantly. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, woo! 1 more, and then release it. We've got one more move before we're going to get into a little stretch segment. Let me make sure I have enough room behind me. So let's straighten our legs up. And if straightening your legs is a lot to ask for right now, then it's totally fine if you bend the legs, okay? Feel free doing that. Inhale, and then exhale, bring the legs over your head, up, and then we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly lower back down. You don't have to drop the legs. It's just about pressing your back to the floor, and then we go again. So it's inhale and exhale, bring it up. Chin to chest, and then very, 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 very slowly, we lower down. 2 more. One more. And then from here, we're going to start stretching a little bit. So let's bring the right leg on top of the left, and then you're going to hold on to your left thigh. Really, really, really give it a hug. Get it as close to your chest as possible. And then I want you to try to rock. And by the way, if it just doesn't feel good in your right hip joint, then don't worry about it. Don't rock. If possible, you try to hug and rock. And now very gradually, okay, so please be careful here. While you're hugging tightly, you're gonna start straightening the left leg. And then if possible, you're gonna go all the way for a full stretch. And here's what's important. Hug tight. And while you're hugging tight, bend the knee, okay? So then basically you will have increased the piriformis and glute stretch on the right side, okay? Really, really go for a full-blown bear hug, okay? And then gently release. The right leg is on the floor, the left leg is on the right, and grab hold, give it a hug. Really, 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 really hug it. And remember, you don't have to do the movement side to side, but if possible, if it feels good, you're gonna go from side to side. Ooh, ha, everything's tender, everything's tender. And then just hold it here, and then slowly start straightening the leg completely. And then give it more of a hug. And here's what's important. While you're giving it a hug, bend. While you're giving it a hug, bend. Keep getting that right leg closer to you so that you're getting the deep stretch in the piriformis and the hip joint and the glutes on the left side. And then release. Now we're going to straighten both legs. Reach your hands overhead. Oh, wow. And I want you to imagine that someone is pulling your hands away from your head. Someone else is pulling your toes away from the hip joint. You're being pulled to both directions. And then flex the feet. And then hold it here just for a moment. Relax the legs. Then point the legs, press your back into the floor, and we're gonna go right into the second segment. So we inhale, and then we exhale to start raising the arms, chin to chest, and slowly coming up. And we don't wanna actually get towards the toes, but rather kind of beyond the toes, okay? And then we slowly lower back down. Staying with the pointed toes, exhale up. Let's make it accurate. Slowly back down. 2 more. Last time. Now, we're gonna hold the stretch, but we're gonna flex and kind of move the flesh of the butt back, flexing, reaching beyond our toes. And now as we go down, I want you to place your hands at the base of the skull, right into flexed bicycles, turning side to side, shoulder blades off the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, we don't stop, hold it, point, go again, 10, 9, 8, 7, elongate the leg, 4, 3, 2, hold it, flex it, speed up with perfect form. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 3, 2, point, 10, 9, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, and release. Reaching your hands up unless you feel like it's very unstable. You can always bring your hands back down. Bring your butt up. Keep your abs super duper tight, your butt super squeezed, and your pelvic floor very engaged. The left foot comes to center. The right knee comes up. Inhale, tap the floor. Exhale, lift. Really focus on the stability of the pelvis. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The right foot digs into the floor. The left heel comes up. Left leg. Your main job is to avoid dropping the pelvis over to the left. You've got to really, really focus on that, on stabilization and your spine remaining neutral. Now, if you need to bring your hands back down for extra stabilization, please do that. Otherwise, you're going to gently reach the right leg up and then flex the leg down, point lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then please hold it as low as possible. And if that means that you're staying up here with the leg, that's fine. I don't want you to feel pain in your back, but if possible, you stay nice and low. Hold it, squeeze the butt, dig the left heel into the floor, keep your abs super tight, then gently drag the right foot to center and send the right leg up. Okay? Squeezing the butt, flex lower, point lift. Flex, lift, inhale. One more time, then we hold it and we just go as low as our back can take. We don't want to hurt our back, okay? So we stay pointed, we go low, we hold it. Squeeze the butt, do everything that you need to do to avoid dipping your pelvis to the left. Then place the foot on the floor, bring it back, and gently come down for the kneecap tap. So I'm bringing my feet a little further away from me, reaching my hands overhead, and then I just tap my kneecap and slowly control my way back down. So it's exhale up. That's it. I don't go any higher. And the emphasis is on the way down, the control on the way down. So we're going to go for another 8. One more time. And then we're gonna release it right into balance bicycles with pointed legs. Now, if the balance part feels like it's too much, maybe you're not feeling under control, then what I want you to do is just freeze. So you're gonna freeze the bicycle and then switch and freeze, okay? So it's this, one, you hold it, freeze, okay? For like a breath, for a count of a 1 Mississippi. Otherwise, it's gonna be a balanced bicycle. So you're gonna lift the butt, balance, switch. Switch, butt, two more. Whoop! Lost it there. One more. Hold it up and release. All right, guys, getting onto our side. If you want to start like me, so I'm on my left, and my left arm is under my head. My legs are bent at a 90-degree angle, okay? My abs are tight. I'm keeping one hip joint above the other, so they're stacked and parallel to the wall in front of me. And then the top leg comes up a bit, and I kick it forward. Now, see if you can go even further forward, all right? And then what I want you to do is flex your way back and squeeze the butt. Point, bring it as far forward, flex, squeeze. And if you can do it without the support of your hand, great. If you need the support, great, put it back down, okay? Four more, that is. 3, 2, 1 more. And then when we come forward now, I want you to flex the foot and then place the foot on the floor, okay? Work hard to stabilize here. In other words, work hard not to open the pelvis up towards the ceiling. So we exhale as high as we can without opening up. Inhale, touch the floor. 7, 6, without opening up your hip joints. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release it. Let's do that whole thing either again, exactly the way we just did it, or please join me for a modified side plank. So in other words, we're gonna do exactly that in a modified side plank. So like I said, either do another set, okay? Or please join me with the left elbow directly under the shoulder. Reaching the hand up, reaching the pelvis up. I'm bending my bottom leg because it's a long set, very long set, and very intense. So we lift the leg, and then first we flex and bring it forward. Hold it. Now flex, bring it back. Squeeze the butt. Point, bring it forward. Flex. Point. Three, 2, 1. Guys, hold it forward. Flex the foot, touch the floor. 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. And release. Before we go to the other side, please Whether you did that in a modified side plank or you did it lying down on your side, either way, well done. Either way, you worked hard. So let's get on to our forearms in a full plank. We're gonna hold the full plank for a moment and then we're gonna flip over to the other side. So let's just hold it here for a sec. Pushing the forearms into the floor, so you're coming out of the shoulder blades. Shoulders away from your ears, abs are tight, pelvic floor engaged. We're going for another 10 seconds. It's a short plank. And then gently release. That was your break, basically, on your right side. You hear that? So this office, oh my God, this office, right outside of it is a street, but it's actually a quiet street. So I'm wondering why on earth people feel the need to honk. Why? Honking is like my pet peeve. I can't stand it. It makes me want to cry like a little girl. All right, here we go. So remember, you can place your hand here. You can place your hand on the floor for extra stability. And we're going to lift the leg up. We're going to bring it forward, kicking it forward. All right. Then try to come a little further forward. Keep the foot flexed. And then exhale, squeeze it back. Point, bring it forward, flex, squeeze back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. All right, guys, we're gonna go forward, as far forward as we can and flex. Touch the floor and lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay, either you're going to do the same exact thing, another set, or you're going to go into a modified plank with me. On your right forearm, elbow directly under the shoulder. Then we lift up, okay, come out of the shoulder blade, and we lift the leg. We're going to bring the leg as far forward as possible, hold it flexed, bring it back. Keep the abs tight. One more. And now we go as far forward as possible, move into flex, down and up. I want you to push through, don't give up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Get ready for a plank. So on your forearms, elbows directly under the shoulders, abs are super duper tight. Let's begin. Pushing out of the shoulder blades. Ten more seconds, engaging the pelvic floor. 2, 1. Oh, and release it. Getting into some stretches. We've arrived at some stretches. All right, so we're gonna go on to our forearms. We're gonna lie down on our belly and our arms are gonna be at a 90-degree angle, okay? And your forehead is gonna be on the floor. So forehead on the floor, 90 degrees. Pull the shoulders away from your ears and lift one leg up. Okay, I'm gonna start with my left. Left leg comes up, bring it down. Right, bring it down. Let's do that again. Left, right. And now listen, I want us to once again lift the left leg up, but I want you to do it, all right, in a way where both forearms are pressed to the floor and you get the left leg as far to the right as possible. So my forehead is on the floor, both forearms are digging down into the floor. The left leg comes up, we bend the knee, and we try to touch the outside of the right thigh with your left foot. I want you to really feel a deep stretch in the right chest muscles. Release. We're not switching sides just yet. We're actually going to go ahead and do that again. Bring it up. And again, we're going to do it one more time. And the idea is actually to really get a deep stretch and work on our flexibility nice and deep. So let's go. Really place the entire right forearm and hand on the floor. And then we gently release. Let's do that whole thing on the other side. So the right leg comes up and it touches the floor beyond the left. Keeping both shoulders away from the ears. Then we slowly come back. 2 more. One last time. And then gently release. And if you're anything like me, you felt like one side was a lot tighter than the other side. And now I'm gonna take a sip. Maybe you're gonna take a sip too. So we're gonna get onto our back and get back into deep core work. That's gonna then bring us up to standing and we're gonna get deep into balance work. Sip. Cheers. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, those stretches were entirely necessary. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Deep core work. We're gonna start modified, and then I want you to be very attuned and attentive to your body. If you feel like one of the advanced moves, we're gonna start kind of very, very gentle. Then we're gonna advance it, and if you feel like the advanced moves are too much, you don't do them. You just go right back to the more gentle moves, all right? So we start with our shoulder blades up, shoulders down, and really create a hammock, a nice supportive hammock for your head. The heels are off the floor. Right leg comes up, and then we tap, all right? So you can stay right here in this version. But if possible, you're gonna tap further away from your butt. Shoulder blades don't move and we keep them off the floor. Now, if you feel like this is still easy for you, what I want you to do is straighten the legs, keeping the feet pointed. It's another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now, keeping your hands as they are, tap the toes to the floor, press your back to the floor, and then lift the shoulder blades up, then bring the knees up and lower the shoulder blades down. Press your back to the floor, and then bring it down. So your lumbar spine is constantly pressed into the floor, guys, and you're kind of creating this seesaw move. So it's like my chest is pushing my thighs are pushing my chest. And I exhale when I lift the chest. 4 more. 2 more. 1 more. And just release for a moment. Now you can do that set exactly the way we just did it again, okay, with bent legs. But if possible, you're gonna straighten the legs a little further, okay? Lift the shoulder blades up. And now when you lower the shoulder blades, you lift the legs. Four more. Press your lumbar spine into the floor. 3. Oh my God. 2. Oh. And 1 more. Now, if you need to move gently through your side to a seated position, that's fine. But if you can roll your way up, go for it. Next, we're going to go into a pyramid position. So pressing your hands into the floor, straightening your legs, and sticking your butt up, pushing your hands really into the floor while also packing your shoulders into your back. And then from here, I want you to push into a plank, squeezing your butt and engaging the pelvic floor and abs. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. And now see if you can do this with one leg. So it's bringing it back and then forward without lowering the right foot onto the floor. Otherwise, of course, you can stay with both feet on the floor. 2 more. 1 more. And then switch. The right foot goes down, the left goes up. While you're moving in and out of the pyramid. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Now please hold the plank and put your right forearm down and then your left. Now your main job is to keep your pelvis really steady. So super steady pelvis. Then the right hand brings you up and then it brings you down. The left up and the left down. And I'm going to ask you to pause for a moment. So those were the commandos. The plank, the low plank to high plank. So it's up, up, down, down. There's the option of doing this on your knees. Okay, so it would look like this. Okay, on your knees, up, up, down, down. All right. There's also kind of an in-between option where you can do it with your feet way out to the side. And then stabilizing your pelvis becomes a lot kind of easier to attain. Then the closer your legs come towards each other, the more you squeeze your thighs together, engage the pelvic floor, then you are working a lot harder to stabilize the pelvis as you go up, up, down, down. That's 1. So you have those that range of options. 2, I see this very often in studios where people kind of just come up like that and then back down. Please don't do that. I want you to disconnect the hand, up, up, down, down. Okay, don't kind of roll your way up, all right? Now we're gonna do 6 on one arm, take a short break, 6 on the other, all right? Here we go. I'm gonna go for the more advanced version, squeezing my thighs together, pushing my forearms into the floor. 6. 5, don't switch arms, please. 4. 3. 2. 1. If you want to take a break in a plank, go for it. If you want to take a full break, that's fine. And let's start the left. 6. 5. 4. 3. Woo! 2. 1 more. Please stay in the high plank. Get your feet hip width apart and push back. Left foot's gonna come a little closer to the right. I want you to dig the left heel down. Send the right leg up. Point it. Without opening the pelvis, you wanna keep the pelvis really parallel to the floor. And then exhale to drive that right foot in between the hands. Now dig the heel into the floor and come up a little bit out of that deep lunge. Now see if you can slowly rise into a balanced position. So the left leg comes up to balance. Slow. Slow's the key here, right? Slow on the way down. Four. Slow. 3. I'm on a very thick mat, which is very wobbly, which is fantastic. I want that. Then back, hands to the floor, right leg back. Now, the right foot is digging down to the floor, the left leg is gonna go up. Exhale to drive the foot in between the hands. Dig the heel into the floor, all the way up. Slow on the way down, remember. Maybe I can't do it on the thick mat, let's see. Or maybe my body's just had enough of deep strength work for a while. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Get into a pyramid. And here's where we begin the third stretch segment. So what I want you to do is, in slow motion, pedal out your legs. So one heel goes down, and then the other. And then the other. And then switch. And one more for each, really pushing and shifting your weight back. Now I want both heels digging down, straightening the knees. The left foot is going to get closer to the right. The right leg is going to go way up. Then I want you to drive the right knee, okay, to the right hand, and the right foot to the left hand. And then get your butt and left leg way back. So now imagine that you have a ball sitting in front of you, okay? And you're gonna go up and over that ball. For those of you who find this stretch very challenging, maybe your piriformis is very tight, you might even wanna stay up here, that's fine. Okay, but if you can, it's up and over. Just hold it here, nice and heavy. Then we gently come up. Now, see if you feel okay with this, all right? Just try to bend that back leg, all right? Just bend it. And then if you feel good about bending it, then what I want you to do is grab hold with your right hand around your left ankle and then turn your chest so that it looks forward. So what you're doing is getting a very, very deep quadricep stretch on the left side. And then we gently release and we flex the foot, dig both hands into the floor, and with tight abs, we push back into the pyramid. Woo! Then the right foot comes closer to center. The left leg goes way up. The knee goes to the left hand and the foot goes to the right hand. And then we scoot that right leg way back. Now we imagine that ball, okay? And then we're gonna go up and over the ball. Just let yourself be heavy here. And then gently bring yourself back up. Push the hands into the floor. Keep your weight shifted forward, and then see what it feels like to bend your right knee. And bring it back down. We're gonna do it one more time. And then if it does feel good, see if you can kind of stabilize with the right hand and grab the ankle with your left. And then return the chest to center. And then flex the foot, gently release, bringing both hands into the floor and bring yourself back nice and gentle into a pyramid position. And I want you to focus on the polarity here. So you're digging your heels down and sending your butt way up and back. Release it. I'm going to take another sip. And then we are going to get into our very, very last segment for today. So good, this stuff. FYI, I started the workout with a splitting headache, okay? I just want you to be aware of that. Not because that's important, but I knew that by the end of the workout, okay, we're now before the last segment, I wasn't gonna have a headache anymore. I knew it, and that's exactly what happened. Just putting that out there, guys, or ladies in particular, if you have a headache around your cycle, okay? Definitely be aware that workouts can be absolute medicine. All right, hands at the base of the skull. I took no pills, P.S. I took no pills. Hands at the base of the skull once again. Now we're gonna lift the shoulder blades up once, and I want you to hold it there, okay? Shoulder blades way up. Then we're gonna turn the chest from right to left without moving our pelvis. So we're turning the chest, and I say chest because I want you to really make sure that you're not doing this. Okay, sometimes I see this. Those are just your arms kind of opening up. I want you to really turn and turn and turn and turn. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Please bring your right leg up, pointed foot. Exhale, lift the shoulder blades up, and now touch your right elbow to your right knee. And left, and right, and left for 4, 3, 2, 1. And switch. Bring it up and turn side to side. It's the other leg. And release. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bring the heels as close to you as possible now. Press your back into the floor and engage your pelvic floor. Lift the shoulder blades way up and touch your right hand to the right ankle. And switch, and switch, and switch. 7, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. All right, we're either gonna do one set that's exactly like that and just repeat it, okay, so just exactly the same set once again, or we're gonna get deeper into our obliques and pelvic stabilization by bringing the heels closer to your butt, okay? And then what I want you to try and do if you're doing this, you're gonna bring your hand under your leg to touch so the right hand touches the left ankle, the left touches the right. Now, hold on, before you start. If you prefer, because of any neck issue, you can place the left hand behind your head, lift up, and focus on one side for 5 reps, okay? And then the other side for 5. Otherwise, you're gonna alternate, and we're gonna begin now. Lift it up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And release. And the very last move before our final stretching section is what we did in the very beginning. Except we started with our legs over to the left. Now we're going to start with our legs over to the right for the crunch. So the chest stays centered, and we're going for 15 reps on every side. Oh my goodness gracious, here we go. 1. I feel like my abs just have had it, but we don't stop till we're done. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 more, and 1 more. Now let's get into a chest opener as we open the elbows and bring the legs over to the left. And let's begin. Last 15 reps for the abs before we go into some more stretching. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I was gonna start kind of crying like I just did, and then I was like, no, Dee, don't cry on camera. And then I couldn't help it, and I just, all right, 90 degrees at the elbows, at the shoulders, and a butterfly position at the legs, and really kind of, oh my God, there we go again. Are people like dealing with road rage today? Is today road rage day? Maybe because the mic is pointing at me, you didn't hear that? I don't know. So 90 degrees, knees are heavy, and I want you to really take a moment here to use every exhalation to release any tension from your body, okay? So it's a deep inhalation to scoop up the tension. And then exhale, let it go. Again. Again. And then allow your breathing to return to its natural rhythm. And then gently just turn the head over to the left, over to the right in my case, and I'm making the left shoulder really heavy. and then to the right. And then gently close the legs, move on through your side and into a butterfly seated position. Listen to me carefully. Working out is the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. Take my word for it. I love those people who are like, I'm telling you, take my word for it. Bring your feet up and then bend the elbows a little bit towards your hip joints, bringing the chest forward, elongating your back. So good. Oh my God, so good. And then when you feel like you really can't go anymore, you bring the elbows out and then just get your forehead down towards your toes. And then gently come up, never forcing your body into a deep stretch that it's not ready for. The left leg is out to the side, keeping the right butt pressed down to the floor. The right arm goes up and over. And then see if you can kind of maybe reach the toes or just aim for a point beyond the toes. And then very, very gently walk your way back up. And then switch. Inhale. And exhale. And then very, very gently release. We're going to end with 2 deep breaths, sitting comfortably but tall. Okay, I want you nice and tall. Then inhale, reach your hands up. And exhale, release, dropping your chin slightly towards the chest. And then again, inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.